How do you pray? In which language do you pray? Do you use a canned prayer, something that somebody else tells you to say? Just speak these words, read from this scripture card. Just recite the Lord's Prayer. Or do you actually pray something that comes from your own mind, your own heart? Oh, I know what most of you are going to say. I don't know how to pray. What foolishness. If you can speak, you can pray. Have you never asked anyone for anything? Have you never confessed anything to anyone? I'm so sorry I took your whatever. Oh, please, can you give me? That's a prayer. Except that you were talking to a fellow human being rather than your maker. See, in Judaism there is such a ritualistic tradition that prayers have to be quoted from the book of Psalms for the most part. Ana Adonai Yatzlichana, Ana Adonai Yashiana. And the problem with all of that, it sure sounds holy quoting from the Bible, isn't it? Many Christians, they all love quoting the King James Version. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Who talks like that? Yeshua, whose name is Yeshua, not Jesus, first off, he never spoke English, so that's not how he spoke. He spoke Aramaic, which was the language of the region at the time, Koine Greek and Aramaic. The Judeans were under foreign rule, so while many of them did speak the holy language, the language of the scripture, the day-to-day was probably conducted in Aramaic. As many Jews today in New York, they speak English or Yiddish. In Mea Shearim, a lot of them don't speak Hebrew. They speak Yiddish. But that's how they speak. And if you're German, you speak German. If you're African, you speak all kinds of African languages. Prayer is not a magic word like open sesame that has to be conducted in a certain language and a certain tongue and dialect. People back then did not speak as people do now, and people in my region do not speak as people in your region. And it's not that one is better than the other. If you hear me pray, it's because this is how I pray. Those are my words, this is my personality, this is my heart that I'm pouring out. You don't need to be me, you need to be you. So what good is it for you to quote what David said, thinking that you're so righteous, this is how you ought to pray. Here is a prayer card for marriage, here is a prayer card for prosperity. Just quote Psalm 136, quote Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, he makes me lie down in green pastures. That's what David said. What do you have to do with it? Is the Lord your shepherd? Does he make you lie down in green pastures and by streams of water? Does that apply to you even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death? When have you ever walked there? What are you talking about? See, prayer, just like when you talk to your spouse or your fiancé or whatever relationship you have, needs to be genuine in order to have some merit to it. Your wife is not impressed when you open up a relationship book and start quoting verses at her. As if you've done something. She's like, what are you doing? You think God is some robot or something. It's so crazy to me. So many Jews with their Siddur book, quoting the same thing day after day, thinking they're righteous because they say all the right words. They have a prayer for Yom Kippur. They confess their sin. They go through the Aleph Bet, the Hebrew Aleph Bet. Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu. They start each confession with the letter A, B, C, D. Sounds good. Sounds very pious and righteous. And I remember my great uncle, my grandfather's brother. He's about to be 99. He's still alive, Moshe. He told me. He used to go to synagogue and he heard this and he's like, what are you talking about? Ashamnu, Gazalnu. I'm not, what is all this? He's like, I didn't do any of these things. What am I going to confess something I didn't do? It's like, oh, this is horrible. What have we not do? And like, well, I get it. It's like, well, why don't you confess the stuff that you've done? It's not about, sure, I get the national confession, but why does every person have to make a national confession? That's reserved for the high priest, not for every individual confessing things that maybe even nobody did that particular year. And I understand why it exists, because, well, order, organized religion, that's really what it is. To keep the people in check, to gather them all up and put them on an assembly line. Keep them in boxes of religion. That's how the rabbis maintain control. And I understand it because, well, in exile you have to maintain the people. You have to keep them all in the sheep pen. You gotta gather the flock. You're no longer independent in the land where each man can go under his own vineyard and he's gonna be fine, he can have his own relationship. No, you gotta have a rabbi over them. But Yeshua came to deliver us from all of that. He came to open our eyes and give us life and life abundantly so that we know the Father. He said, you know me, you know the Father. And when you know God, He reveals these things to you, so you understand God is not a robot. He's not some program in a computer. He's real. He's a person. He's intelligent. He's emotional. Obviously, we're created in His image. If you have it, He does too. He made you. Now, don't get too excited. You have many flaws and God does not, because He's perfect and you're imperfect. But the point is, you're made in His image. As a drop of water is in the image of the ocean. Very different. A spark in a blazing fire. But when you pray, treat God as if He is real. And speak from your heart. I don't need to say, Ana Adonai Etzlichana, Ana Adonai Oshiana. No, if I need help, I just say, oh, Father, help me. Papa, help me. In my own words, this is how I talk. I don't need to say any of these fancy words. Oh, how low give us today thy daily. Oh, Papa, give me. I need money. Oh, Papa, make this deal come through. Papa, I need money for rent. I need money for food. I need money for clothing. Be honest, just speak what's on your heart. You don't need to find the right word in somebody else's dialect. And when you do these things, you just sound weird. Because it's not organic. And the Lord wants organic relationships. He wants to know you. I saw an ad the other day. He said, well, be yourself because everyone else is already taken. Just be yourself. You're not going to be David. You're not David. And you don't need to be David. And you don't need to be Yeshua either. You be yourself. He's going to help you be the best version of you, but He's going to help you be you. Each and every single one of us, we have different personalities. Our prayers ought to be different. We can help you and be an example to you, but then you got to put your own spin on it so that it is real and genuine. Because that's how God made you to be. We are all handmade by Elohim. Each one's different. Our own fingerprints are unique. Nobody is the same as you, therefore nobody should pray as you. Don't think that your prayers is not as good because it's not so poetic, it's not so... You don't fluctuate your voice and sound like a Baptist Southern preacher. You don't need to. You need to sound like you. Maybe your prayer is 3 words. You know, babies don't say much, do they? No. And yet, this is what they say and it is just as fine. In fact, when you think about it from a objective standpoint, who do you get more excited about that speaks to you? Do you get more excited about a full-grown man telling you 50,000 words or about a baby just looking at you and go, Mama? We already know the answer. It's the baby. So don't think you need to sound like some theologian, seminar, or whatever. You just need to sound like you. So go to God, pray sincerely from your heart, tell Him what's on your mind, and seek to have a relationship with Him. Not with canned words or psalms from 3,500 years ago that somebody else wrote, that has nothing to do with you, not written in your language. You can be inspired by what they said, but you write your own psalms. You write your own words, and you pray to God according to your own heart. Hallelujah.